regarding acting, we look over to Arden Cho. Korean American actress, and about her rejection of the Teen Wolf revival role. She was in shock after that. She learned that the character she was going to do was cut off Teen Wolf for the new season. And she described it as sometimes in the show where there's so many characters, it isn't always room for everyone and everyone's storyline. So I guess that was it. So she had made a farewell video for her fans, and since the Teen Wolf show had so many characters in and there's so much to cover, they ended up dropping some characters. And apparently, which Arden Cho, she played the character as Kira Yukimura, a Japanese Korean teenager with supernatural powers, as the Thunder Kitsune season 3. And that the show where the power thing comes from the Japanese mother with in that show. And which Arden Cho says she could really relate to the character. Which is what I loved about Kira was she was much like me. She had the heart to want to save her friends and fight for good, but she was super dorky and really awkward, and she just didn't know what to do with herself. So she didn't really talk about much why she left the show in 2016. But of course, with the Paramount Plus making in which they did not include Arden Cho or Dylan O'Brien. And which Dylan O'Brien played Stiles Stilinski. And apparently, Arden Cho is like one of the only cast members who was a person of color, meaning not white. And she was only offered half of the actual salary compared to her other 3 co-stars. So yeah, that was also one. And because she is Asian, they don't even bother to give that to her. It's just like an official racist move, which unfortunately companies do this. And she even thinks that she may have been offered even less. And she knows that not just her, but other Asian Americans were paid actually less than the other cast members. And she could think of more than 10 of the other Asian American actors. And she's in back acting business, and she had no choice but to just take the role because, unfortunately, they do this to Asian American actors and actresses. And she says she wants to make a difference for other Asian American actors and actresses who have to deal with that. And with the Arden Cho, which which her parents are Korean immigrants from South Korea. She had been in like minor roles like in a show like Pretty Little Liars and Castle. And she also did one of the roles as a Korean stunt performer in the action movie Olympus Has Fallen. And while she's going to be in Netflix drama series, the Partner Track, written by the original book by Helen Wan. Unfortunately, some people now learn that compared to every other race actors and actresses out there, Asian Americans they get paid the least. And although many people have stepped up to the plate to in the acting roles, unfortunately, they do this all the time, and it's not just the first time that that's ever happened. And that's why Arden Cho wants to speak out about this. And you can actually watch it on the channel. No, there needs to be more fairness for equal pay for people in the acting business, even though they may be of different race, not just the black people, but also the Latinos and the Asians, Hispanics, and even the natives, and other people in the acting business, or people under the POC, the people of color, or they may be of other races. And that's why we need to encourage more companies to give equal pay to the Asian American community and other Asians in the acting business, not just Asian Americans, but even Asian Canadians and others. Please help support the Asian community, especially in with the media and especially the ones who don't really get much pay compared to their other co-stars.